And thank you for joining us on KGW Plus at 12:30. I'm Tim Gordon. We have a weather impact alert to tell you about this afternoon, but first, a quick look at our top stories. We are following breaking news out of North Portland, where a man is now in custody after allegedly threatening a woman on a bus with a gun. The incident sparked an hours-long search for the suspect this morning. Officers eventually found the man in the garage of an unoccupied home. This morning in Oregon City, a fallen power pole closed the highway and knocked out power near Highway 213. We also saw a power pole that fell in the Mississippi neighborhood in North Portland, and also a giant tree down across the road on Northwest Miller. The man accused of killing his parents, Hollywood filmmaker Rob Reiner and his wife Michelle, made his first court appearance this morning. Nick Reiner did not enter a plea on 2 counts of first-degree murder. His arraignment is scheduled now for January 7th. Reiner was ordered to be held without bail. His attorney called the deaths a, quote, devastating tragedy, adding that there are complex issues related to the case. To the weather now, and the storm overnight having lingering impacts across our area. Chris McGinnis joins us now. And Chris, the worst is over for today, but more to come.
Yeah, the key point there, right? I mean, this all happened in about an hour's time with a really quick shot of gusty wind. Check this out. So Timberline atop the Magic Mile clocked a gust to 138 miles an hour. That's up at 7,000 feet. Yaquina Bay Bridge, hurricane force wind gusts, but Silverton in the valley, 60 miles an hour. And PDX at about 1:30 this morning clocked a gust to 55 miles an hour, bringing down trees and power lines across the region. That's a live look right now at our traffic map, and every one of those hazard indicators or X's indicates a partial or full closure of some area roadways. We'll take you out to a few locations. That's Highway 219 that remains closed up near Chehala Mountain because of downed trees. We'll switch gears, take you down to the Central Cascades. We've reopened Highway 26, but Highway 20 and a section of 126 heading into the Central Oregon Cascades remains closed at this time. In Oregon City, Highway 213 closed. 99E closed north of Hubbard because of down lines and down trees. And last but not least, over to Yamhill County, we've got a closure of 99W near Amity, and Highway 221 closed between mileposts 5 and 7 for more down trees. All right, let's get back to the weather graphics here. And as we mentioned, really gusty winds out there. We still have a high wind warning for the Columbia Basin out towards Wasco County and points east. But the good news here is that winds are subsiding. And while the gusts of 33 seem quite strong in the Dows, we've cut those in half from where we were earlier today. So the wind beginning to ratchet down. We've had a few breaks of the clouds at the coast. It's 51 right now in the Chinook Winds Casino Resort Cameron, Lincoln City. 48 with some light rain being reported at PDX. And here's the plan for the rest of the day. Not going very far in the temperature department, generally staying in the upper 40s. So yes, the weather quieting down today, but then we turn our attention to this. Another atmospheric river targeting the region tomorrow. We think the gradient will be less to the north, more to the south when it comes to rainfall, but everywhere in green is under a flood watch. I'll walk you through this coming up in just a few minutes. Tim?
Well, the hits keep coming. Thank you, Chris. In part of southwest Washington, the flood risk is getting worse because sediment from the Mount St. Helens eruption all those years ago is washing into the Cowlitz River, creating less space for the water from the heavy rain. The Army Corps of Engineers built a structure to trap sediment back in the 80s, but experts say it's barely working anymore. City and county leaders now want the Corps to dredge the river, fix the banks, and raise the sediment structure.
Talking about human life and properties, public health and safety downstream. And we're at that point where we need to do some dredging, or we're going to find ourselves with flooding issues and issues where people are going to either have to have flood insurance or going to be impacted by a flood.
Well, the Army Corps of Engineers has said it will raise the spillway to catch more sediment, but has not committed to dredging the river. Well, our viewer Chris sent us photos from Vancouver at Northeast 65th Avenue and 119th Street. He told us a tree fell there, taking down power lines and snapping 2 power poles. What a mess there. He says power was out for them as of 5 this morning. And of course, we want to see what it looks like where you live. Just text us photos of any severe weather impacts like downed trees and power lines in your area to that number on your screen. It's 503-226-5088. Be sure to tell us your name and also where you're taking those pictures. It's important information. And more important information, a reminder to be safe and never put yourself in harm's way for a photo op. Also, we've activated our Northwest Response fundraiser to help people impacted by the floods. You can donate by scanning the QR code on your screen right now. The money goes directly to the American Red Cross. You can also visit U.S. bank branches in Washington and Oregon, so you can make a donation in person that way. We also have a link to donate at kgw.com. Well, police in Sherwood are warning residents to be on the lookout because of a suspected burglary ring they say may be targeting homes in the city. Catherine Cook has the details.
As a brightly lit downtown Sherwood sparkles, police are warning people in town of something dark. Officers say recently they responded to a home burglary, which investigators believe could be tied to an organized burglary group. They say it appears the crooks conduct surveillance in neighborhoods before committing crimes. Past cases place them in newer, sometimes flashy vehicles, often with out-of-state plates.
I'll keep an eye out, that's for sure.
Robert Grab lives in Sherwood and appreciates the heads up from police, though it did surprise him.
I haven't really seen much of that activity going on, and there's an awful lot of families, a lot of good people here in Sherwood. Yeah, more information is better than no information.
Police are asking people to watch out for vehicles they don't recognize driving through their neighborhoods, either repeatedly or during odd or sporadic hours, day or night. Also, they say suspect vehicles might park in neighborhoods for extended periods of time, with those inside rarely getting out.
And that was Catherine Cook reporting. So if you notice any of the behavior she just mentioned, police are asking that you report it to Sherwood's non-emergency dispatch line. They're also encouraging people to trust their instincts, saying if something feels off, it probably is worth reporting.
To take from people that are already struggling, it's a certain kind of evil.
A new KGW investigation is looking into a concerning spike in food assistance fraud. Low-income families are going to buy groceries only to discover their food stamp benefits have been stolen and there's no money left on their Oregon Trail card. In November alone, the Oregon Department of Human Services reported 440 thefts involving Oregon Trail cards, totaling more than $91,000 in stolen benefits. Of those theft cases, 98% involved out-of-state purchases. While the USDA has recommended states block out of state transactions to prevent fraud, Oregon says it's still working to see if that's possible. KGW investigative reporter Kyle Boshi spoke with Oregon Senator Ron Wyden, who has been pushing for an upgrade to Oregon's EBT cards.
What we need are secure chips in these cards, and I'm determined, because it's long overdue, to get them in there.
What's the hurdle?
The hurdle is always the bureaucracy has something else to do. I'm going to make sure that's changed, and we're going to get it done.
Now you can watch Kyle's full investigation, including his conversation with a local woman who was defrauded out of hundreds of dollars in food benefits. That's on KGW.com or streaming on KGW+. All right, could it be your lucky day? You gotta hope so. There's more than $1 billion up for grabs in tonight's Powerball drawing. That could buy a lot of Christmas presents, that's for sure. We've got the details coming up after the break.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news, live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus.
Welcome back. Starting at the end of the month, some vehicle fees are going up in Oregon, but other taxes and fees have been paused. That's because those against the latest transportation funding package have submitted nearly 200,000 signatures to repeal parts of it. The Secretary of State has confirmed they are verifying those signatures. If successful, the new tax and fee hikes would be put to Oregon voters in November of 2026. For now, here's what's paused: the 6-cent gas tax increase, doubling the payroll tax, title fee hikes, which would have soared from $77 to $216, are also on hold, as are most vehicle registration fee increases. But the initiative does not target everything in the funding package. So as of December 31st, if you drive an electric vehicle or if your vehicle gets 40 miles per gallon or better, your registration surcharge is going up by $30 per year. And the pay per mile program will still be phased in over the next few years. All right, let's get to Chris now.
Okay, we are squarely focused on our next round of impactful weather. A KGW weather impact alert in effect for Thursday and Friday for another atmospheric river. A flood watch in effect for southwest Washington and northwest Oregon, everywhere shaded in green. Heavy rain, some wind, and some cascade snow, all in our forecast over the next 36 hours. More on that coming up after the break.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
A rare blizzard warning is now in effect in the Washington Cascades. It's only the 6th blizzard warning in western Washington's history. Officials are encouraging anyone who doesn't live in the area to avoid traveling there and stay below 2,000 feet in elevation. Madeline Carter with our sister station in Seattle has more from Snoqualmie Pass.
In Snoqualmie Pass,
how's it going?
You'll find the locals hanging out at Drew Brew, beating the cold with a cold one.
Ta-da!
And after a few beers,
I'll do a windy shot, 69.
Sounds good.
It's getting even colder.
Did you guys hear about the blizzard warning?
Customer Luis Rosales did.
My buddy called me and he just warned me about maybe we'd lose power again and that there's supposed to be a big storm coming in.
This time of year, the man behind the bar says a rare blizzard warning is actually good for business.
Busy tonight. We have trivia going on tonight, and I think everyone's excited about the incoming snow, so there's more people out than there have been the last couple evenings for sure. Oh, so you had to drive all the way?
His crowd of locals is riding it out together, while those who don't live up in the mountains are told to stay off the roads.
Curious how it'll be different from, I guess, other storms that we've had up here in the past. We get plenty of exciting weather, so.
About 30,000 vehicles drive over the pass on an average day, and that number is higher now with Highway 2 shut down over Stevens Pass. And when rain turns to heavy snow, conditions are expected to be dangerous. When you factor in high winds, it will likely be a whiteout. The 6th blizzard warning in western Washington's history is coming right before Christmas.
Here you go, fellas.
As long as we get snow.
Oh, a white Christmas. Absolutely hoping for a white Christmas.
Yeah, everybody loves a white Christmas, but that's a big deal, a blizzard warning.
A blizzard, I mean, so first off, what makes a blizzard is not necessarily the heavy snow. They just are happening to get heavy snow with it. But really, it's a sustained wind of 35 miles an hour for 3 hours and visibility reduced to like a quarter mile.
Yeah.
It just so happens that they're going to get 3 feet of snow you can have a blizzard without precipitation.
Yeah.
It's a ground blizzard. But anyway, they're going to get pounded.
Yeah.
We're going to get some snow up on Mount Hood and some of the Oregon ski resorts as well. How much? It depends on how far south this atmospheric river goes. Ultimately, big picture in terms of snow, we are heading in a better direction once we get past the next 36 hours. Snow levels will generally be lower. In the meantime, though, Cascade snow levels, they've dropped today. It's snowing in the Cascade Passes today. They will abruptly rise as that next atmospheric river comes in with warm air and moisture, and then they will drop again as we go later into the forecast. You know what? I just blew right past the key points of this, though, which is this. We've got another KGW weather impact alert for Thursday and Friday. Rain all day tomorrow from morning until night with 1.5 inches to maybe upwards of 3 inches in parts of the Willamette Valley. The heavier amounts will probably skew to the south, the lighter amounts to the north, but we're all getting soaked tomorrow. And this is a new facet that there is now a wind advisory for areas south of Portland tomorrow. So that includes Woodburn, Salem, Corvallis for the possibility of some gusty wind to go along with the rain that comes in tomorrow. So all of us are going to have to deal with rain. Avoid flooded roadways. Also watch for slides. We are back into that theme of saturated hillsides that could slide at any time. Flood watch in effect across all of southwest Washington and northwest Oregon starting early tomorrow morning. The precipitation may very well end at like midnight tomorrow, but the flood watch continues for a couple of days afterwards because it always takes a while for the rain that fell in the creeks and the streams to work its way down into the bigger creeks, bigger streams and rivers, etc. So flood watch for area rivers will continue into the first part of the weekend. This is the latest run of Futurecast, the European model showing that gradient that we talked about 1.5 inches up towards Kelso, upwards of 2.5, maybe 3 inches in the southern Willamette Valley, and a real bullseye here in Lincoln County, where unfortunately, remember some of the slides that we've had there, it looks like that area may get hit again with another 5-6 inches of rain over a 36-hour period. And a lot of this here in the Central Oregon Cascades, unfortunately, that's going to be in the form of rain as the snow levels come up, maybe as high as 8,000 feet during the day tomorrow as this next system moves in. Wind advisory, as we mentioned, for basically Canby, Woodburn, Salem, and Point South in the valley. Also, some of the higher terrain of the Coast Range. Another day where traveling through the Coast Range in the rain and the wind could see some downed trees and some more road closures. Here's a look at Futurecast and the wind tomorrow. We're not going to have a lot of wind here at Portland initially, but in the afternoon, the winds go abruptly to the south. That's when the warmer air will really come in. And we'll have some gusty 30, 40 mile an hour pockets of wind, we think, in the I-5 corridor, especially focused south of Portland. That's where it looks like will be the kind of the bullseye for the gustiest wind with this system. The other facet, of course, is the snow. We mentioned the up and down snow levels. The Cascades in Washington, by the way, stand to get absolutely hammered, especially the farther north. They're on the cold side of this system. But even here in Oregon, there will be snow below the passes tomorrow morning. So if you've got to travel between Portland and Bend, for instance, be prepared. It's going to be wintry up there early tomorrow morning before the warmer air changes that snow to rain. Rain moves in before sunup tomorrow. The morning commute will be wet. It'll be snowy up in the Cascades, and then we're just getting hours of steady rainfall. And the yellows and oranges are indicative of rainfall rates upwards of maybe 0.15 to 0.2 of an inch of rain per hour. We saw already how that can add up when it's raining like that all day. So that's kind of the story that we're looking at. It's cool out there. It's 48. This is as cool as we've been in a few days at PDX. Right now we're 50 in the Dows, where the gusty west winds are beginning to subside a bit. That will continue to be the case as we go through the day today. All right, KGW weather impact alert for Thursday and Friday. Again, more rain and some wind, especially south of town. And then we finally quiet things down heading into the weekend. And the temperatures, Tim, this is key, stay cold enough to keep lower snow levels in the Cascades. So whatever falls into this weekend will be some snow, not a lot, but some snow up at the Cascade ski resorts.
All right, we'll take what we can get, but boy, buckle up again. Chris, thanks. All right, if you're flying out of PDX for the holidays, you'll be among nearly 900,000 travelers. The heads up from airport officials for the busy weekend ahead. It's coming up.
KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yes.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW Plus.
Okay, are you feeling lucky? Christmas could come early for someone this year. Tonight's Powerball drawing is worth $1.25 billion. That's with a B. NBC's Emily Akeda found a lucky place in Yonkers, New York to buy a ticket.
Hey there, well, I can bet you what's topping a lot of people's Christmas wish list this year. How does $1.25 billion sound? That is what is on the line tonight with the Powerball drawing. And you know what they say, you gotta be in it to win it. But let me tell you, these tickets here, these are pretty special because at this store in Yonkers, New York, it's developed a bit of a reputation of being a good luck charm. Just earlier this fall, it sold not one, not two, but $3 million tickets from the same drawing. All eyes, though, tonight on the $1.25 billion jackpot. If you opt for the cash lump sum, it's closer to $600 million. Hey, I'd be good with that, too. And that's a result of the jackpot rolling for a record 40-plus drawings in a row with no jackpot winner. We will see if anyone's luck changes tonight. And if it feels like there's been a lot of billion-dollar jackpots in recent years, that's because there has. Just in the last 5 years, there have been $12 billion jackpots between Mega Millions and Powerball. If you do beat the odds, 1 in 292 million. So I'm saying there is a chance. It's always important to sign and secure your ticket. Back to you.
All right, let's talk travel now. And officials at PDX are expecting about 900,000 travelers flying through the airport over the holidays, about 6% more than last year. Arrive at least 2 hours before your flight to check your bags and get through security. And remember, the main terminal is still under construction, but you'll find your way. We'll be right back.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yes.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW Plus.
The calm for the cleanup, the calm before the next storm.
Yeah.
That's basically today, right? Mostly just a few light rain showers out there here and there. And then our KGW weather impact alert back up for Thursday, Friday. Flood watch in effect. Also some gusty wind for central and southern parts of the Willamette Valley tomorrow.
All right, Chris, thanks very much. And a reminder, we've added more live news to KGW Plus. Tune in to Sunrise exclusively on KGW Plus from 7 to 9.